Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Pallegney. I do hope you're all doing very well and having a wonderful day. Let's not run over me little chick there. I'm just going to pull up next to the fuel tank here because this thing needs a little bit of a drink. Now I do believe I've got to be pretty close to this one. There we go. Yeah, we're filling up there. Lovely stuff. So let's just turn that engine off for a moment or two while I can have a bit of a natter. So yeah, welcome back to the channel everyone. I do hope you're all well. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? Since the last video, but thankfully the big job of moving house is it's been done. We're where we need to be for now anyway. It's a bit of a double move this for myself and Mrs. FS, and this is the first stage of it essentially. To cut a long story short, we're just bunking in with Mum for a few months just while we sort a few things out. So that big job has been done, and the most important thing is my PC's plugged in, connected back to the super fast internet that I've just had reinstalled yesterday. And we're ready to rock and roll. So, Pallegney, do you know what? I've got to say, though, it's been a very strange experience for me and the channel. The channel's only a couple of years old now, just over 2 years, and I have never spent more than a couple of days away from Farming Simulator since I started this channel. So this whole 2-week thing, pretty much, because it has been pretty much 2 weeks. It's been a very strange experience. I've felt very disconnected because I've been so busy running back into, you know, moving house. I've been my own removals company essentially, so I've literally done, apart from Mrs. FS doing her side of things, I've literally done just about everything. All the moving, all the trips to the tip to get rid of old stuff that we don't need. We did a massive car boot sale, which was quite fruitful, but all the removals has been done in my car, my mate's van, and a rented van for a little bit, and it has been very, very hard work. So, but yeah, I've felt really disconnected from Farming Sim during this 2 weeks. I have been, obviously I've got my Discord. I've been trying as often as I can to get onto Discord and just keep in touch with everyone, say hello, see how everyone's doing. It's been a great help just having obviously people like Dutch and Chimera and everyone keeping me up to date, and Charlie with and Woodchock and a few others keeping me updated and keeping the Discord updated with all the mods that have come out, because there's been some cracking mods come out this last couple of weeks. I've tried my very best to get a very brief glance at them, but we've had the likes of Seasonal Prices by Weasel, which was very recently released. I've got that activated on this save now. I haven't had much of a chance to get into it because I've just been too keen just to get here and get recording some content for you all to get back into the channel and hopefully please the YouTube algorithm again, get back to where I needed to be. But yeah, Seasonal Prices, I like the idea of that one. It looks really, really cool in the fact that it adjusts the prices seasonally, depending on the different products you're looking at. We've had one of my favourite tractors from the back end of FarmSim 22, the Massey Ferguson 4000 by EY Modding. Those of you familiar with my content and the channel, back on the Vintage Oaks, that's one of the big tractors we had on there. And it's a lovely thing. And it's been re-released for Farming Simulator 25. So obviously we haven't got that here today on this farm and on this map because it's a bit too big, let's be honest, but I'm very glad that it's there. I've got it downloaded, and I'll certainly try and find some excuse to use that in the near future. There has been a lot of mods. Obviously, I'm not going to go through them all, but there has been quite a lot. But one of the maps that was released a week or so ago, I think, that I'm really, really keen to have a look at is by Rajot, Gplay, and Jankus, and it's I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Shpekovo. It looks gorgeous. It's been a bit of a talk of the town on over on Discord. A few people have started to save on there, and there's been a good few images posted up on the Discord from that map, and it looks really, really nice, very appealing. It looks really immersive, beautifully detailed. I have had a very, very quick look around it, very quickly, and unfortunately in my 2 weeks off, that train still hasn't been fixed. Look at the state of that. It's a right mess, isn't it? I know we've said this before, it's not just something particular to this map. It's I think it's a game-wide issue, isn't it? Because it happens on all sorts of maps, but come on. What's wrong with that? It just ruins the immersion, do you know what I mean? If that train was just smoothly running along the viaduct there, it'd be fine, but yeah, it's like running at 1 frame per second, isn't it? It's awful. Anyway. But yeah, so I'm very keen to have a bit more of a detailed look at Shpekovo. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It really does. So, anyway, Pallegney, here we are. So, I haven't jumped forward in time because there is still jobs to do, or a job to do, or multiple jobs if you include them across multiple fields. But in the last episode, we purchased ourselves this Garenka Pula weeder for €6,500. We do need to run this weeder in the 3 fields that we drilled with cereal crop. We've got the field directly in front of us there, the big custom field. We've got field 35 down there, just down there, and we've got field 9 over towards the east side of the map, which we're going to go and work in first. We're going to go and get that one done. We're pretty much just going to get all 3 of these fields ran with the weeder. Now again, this is something I have mentioned a few times before in previous videos, is that the whole job of weeding in that respect, there's no weeds visible in the field. We've got the message weeds growing in the bottom right hand box when we step into the field, but there's no visible weeds, and it does feel a bit odd to me, but I have been told that it is still relatively normal practice to run a weeder directly after drilling. So with that in mind, I am going to crack on. So we're not going to see any weeds be removed, and we're not going to see oh goodness me, stop. Sorry pal, after you, go on. But yeah, we're going to run the weeder anyway, get rid of that message, and see if we can just increase that that yield potential by a little bit. Come on, you lot. I mean, normally when I cross the road in real life, if there's somebody waiting, I try and make the effort to try and just, you know, hot tail it across the road as quick as possible, so I'm not keeping the motorist waiting. But no, these lot are happy to just take their sweet time, aren't they? So I'll tell you what, though, it is really, really nice to get back into the game. After a couple of weeks off, I literally haven't. This is the first time within the last hour that I've actually turned on the game and done anything. I was a bit worried that I'd have lost a bit of muscle memory and stuff, but no, sure enough. It's only been a couple of weeks, of course, but it was just a very, very strange experience not to see any of my own game, not to see my own PC screens running Farming Simulator. It was just an odd experience, but hopefully I can get myself sorted, get my teeth into a bit of content, and get back to normal, as it were. I'm very keen to get it done. It's been seeing all the wonderful images and posts on Discord and stuff, and trying to catch up on a couple of videos. I haven't had the chance to do very much at all, of course, because moving house has had to take absolute priority, so it's been extremely busy. Pretty much non-stop, dawn till dusk, the last 2 weeks. I'm absolutely exhausted, but it's done, like I said. So here we are in the first field. Now, do you know what? I actually need to remind myself what we've got in here. What did I put in here? Barley. Right, there we go. So, but yeah, it's really nice to get back into the game and get cracking on. So, in my usual fashion, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to quit in my waffle now, and we're going to run the weeder in this field. And I think what I might do is try and get all 3 fields done in one cinematic, stick a bit of music behind the job, get all 3 fields done, and I'll pick you up in a bit. And I think what we'll do then, we'll have a quick check on where we're up to with the fermenting grass bales over in the shed. I think they're about 60-odd%, if I remember correctly. But then I think that'll be pretty much jobs done for this particular month, September, and we'll shift forward into October. We'll see how the cows are doing with their milk production. Hopefully the grass bales will have fermented, and we can throw a few into the TMR mixer, get a bit of TMR made, get them properly fed, and ramp up that milk production, hopefully, and the production of some slurry and manure, of course, as well. We'll see how the chickens are getting on with a bit of eggs, and yeah, go from there. So, without further ado, let's crack on, and I'll see you shortly. Nice one. Job done. All finished. Let's make sure I stay on the actual track, shall we? Yeah, there we go. Weeding done. So that pretty much stands us in good stead now to leave September, make our way into October, and firstly see how the silage bales are doing. I think, like I said before, I think they're roughly in their 60% stage somewhere. So we'll get back to the farm now. We'll have a quick check up on those before we call it a day for September, or call it a month as it were, and get ourselves into October. But before I do, I just, because it has been a couple of weeks, obviously, since the last episode, and things have kind of, gone a bit quiet on the channel in that respect for the last couple of weeks, I figured I wouldn't be doing myself a justice if I didn't give myself a bit of a self-promotion here. So if any of you are in the market for purchasing any of Farming Simulator 25, the Year 1 Season Pass, the MacDon Pack, or the New Holland CR11 Gold Edition, for example, or the next app pack that recently came out, please consider using my Giants Partner promo code. That's the links will be in the video description below. I'm actually a very, very small amount away from becoming a bronze partner, which is wonderful stuff. So if any, like I say, if any of you haven't purchased anything and you are considering it, I'd be eternally grateful if you could show the channel and myself a little bit of support there, and use my promo code. It goes a little bit of a way to helping the channel grow, and like I say, to achieve a Giants bronze partnership would be a wonderful achievement. So yeah, any help and support there would be greatly appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, right, back to the farm now. Regarding the series as well, moving forwards into the future, I'm sure a few of you know, if you've watched this from the start, that this is actually part of a series that I've called Farming Europe. Now, the premise of this whole thing wasn't to spend weeks and weeks and months on the same map. Pallegney did come out for FARMERSIM 22, and again, without repeating myself, those of you who watched the beginning of this series know that I did say that because I didn't get the opportunity to play Pallegney on FARMERSIM 22, I did look at it, I did do a map tour, but I didn't actually get the chance to enjoy this beautiful map. But the premise, like I said, is not necessarily to spend ages and ages on one particular map, this one in particular. It is to, not to jump about, but to, kind of do a bit on this map, and then potentially move on to another one, and move on to another one after that, and after that. Now, we do have, in fact, let me just turn that off there so I'm not talking over that noisy, beastly engine. Yeah, there's a map coming out, well, in the future anyway, from MA7. We've got Edo Mod's Etruria, which is really, really exciting news. I'm really looking forward to that. In fact, am I correct in... Sorry, I don't know if I've just been factually incorrect with that. Is there a map coming out for MA7? I'm not actually too sure, forgive me. Again, this is the problem with being slightly disconnected for the last couple of weeks. We do know that we've got Etruria from Edo Mod, of course. That is coming in the near future, or in the future, and I'm very excited for that. I think that's almost a dead cert that we'll be jumping onto that one. But what am I doing? I need to go and check out these silage bales, don't I? But yeah, like I say, so the idea is to kind of enjoy a load of European maps, one after the other, spend a good, make a good few episodes on each individual map, start a farm like we've done here, progress a bit, see how we can get done, and then at some point in the near future, jump onto another one and do the same thing again. Just that we can enjoy them, because I know, in my own experience anyway, when it comes to making series on Farming Simulator on YouTube, I find that you start a series and it seems relatively popular, but over time the interest in it kind of wanes, the views drop a little bit, and especially from my perspective as a content creator, it can be very difficult to stay motivated with one map for such a long time. Obviously, the success of that particular series will determine that. If everyone seems to absolutely love it and you get tons and tons of views every single episode, then that determines that everyone seems to enjoy it and you keep it going. But especially from my perspective anyway, when I start a series and see a map and go, oh, I love this, I really want to play this for ages and ages and ages, and then weeks and weeks down the line another map comes out and you really want to suddenly go and play on that one, your motivation kind of drops for one and then goes for another. It can be very difficult to keep the motivation for that series going. So, and with that kind of thing in mind, that was the idea of making the Farming Europe series, was to kind of alleviate that from my perspective anyway, to make it so that we can enjoy some episodes, several episodes, however many episodes it takes on a particular map, and then by that time, you know, another map will come out. Everyone's attention seems to go towards that one, and then so I can move on to that map, make a bit more content on that particular map. Like I say, start a farm, load more different equipment, and just, do you know what I mean? Instead of it just being one series where you start off and it goes on for ages and ages and ages, just have a few concentrated episodes on each individual map as they keep getting released. So, for example, we've got the likes of Spakovo, that I mentioned before. That has recently come out, and that does seem, like I said, a really, really nice map, and it would be really nice to have a bit of a dabble on that one as well. So that's potentially where my mind's going with it, potentially. But let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, because, you know, you guys are the important part of this. You guys are the ones who watch it. You guys are the ones who either enjoy it or don't enjoy it. So I'd very much appreciate your feedback. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree with that idea, is to, you know, to keep content fresh, to keep things, you know, current and fresh in that respect. It makes sense in my head anyway, and it also, like I said, it helps with my creativity side of things and the motivation side of things, instead of just being not stuck or tied in, you know what I mean? But when you start a series on a particular map, it can go on for sometimes too long, where people's interest kind of drops off, and you kind of think, right, you know, maybe I should move on to something else, and then it just becomes a thing then, where you find you're stuck with it, and you're trying to find the right moment to move on from it. So that was the whole purpose of the Farming Europe series. So anyway, right, let's have a quick check at these bales, shall we? So let's just pick one out. There we go. See where we're up to with the fermentation. 67%. Right, okay. So it's 2:45 in the afternoon, so I reckon if we call it a day now, and then we'll see where we're up to in the morning, and hopefully by that point we will be able to we'll see where we're up to. If they're 100% done, then we shall be able to load them up into the TMR mixer and go from there. So let's get ourselves to sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. Morning, everyone. Beautiful morning here, October the 1st. Lovely stuff. It is a bit cloudy, but we've got a bit of sun coming in a few hours' time. So let's go firstly check out where we're up to with the grass bale that we've popped outside there. May as well use that one to read off, see where we're up to. Now, of course, if this isn't fermented yet, we've still got... what have we got to do? We can still apply the last stage of fertilizer for the first time using our lovely little fent there. But where are we up to here? So... right, 89%, so not too far to go. I'd imagine a few hours' time and that'll be ready to rock and roll. But, in fact, let's also check on the cows. How are they doing? Okay, they're still okay. Right, the health is at 100%. The productivity is only at 40%. That might explain the very small quantity of milk we've got. We've only got 517 litres there, so not very much. Hopefully that total mixed ration, when we do get that sorted out and put in there, that will sort that out. But like I say, we do still have, popping back into the menu, forgive me, we've got field 35 here, which needs its second coat. We've got the big custom field here, which has only got, as you can see, these are the strips from where I created the fields initially and ploughed over the field boundaries. So that little strip is 100% fermented, and of course we've got field 9 over here, which also needs its second coat. So I think what we might do is just concentrate on this big one for now. Let's just take a quick wander over there anyway and just go see how the numbers are doing from the number readout we get in the bottom right hand corner. Let's have a quick look there. As you can see, a nice healthy germinated crop. Oh, okay. Right, where am I stood here? So I'm stood in the 50% fertilised section, as you can see, yeah, bottom right, fertilised 50%. We've got a current yield of 100.82%. That seems overly good, doesn't it? And now we're here, fertilised 100%, current yield 113.78. Yeah, so maybe that makes sense, because the yield bonus there is 14%. So we've got 100% fertiliser stage. That'd be a current yield of 100%, I assume, and then the 13.78% extra on top of that is roughly the 14% yield bonus. I think that's roughly correct in saying that, aren't I? So yeah, there we go. Right, well that's good. That'll do for me. Everything's looking good in this field. Let's have a quick jog down to the wheat down here and have a look at this one. But that's good for the canola, because canola's a valuable crop, isn't it? So looking forward to harvest time for this one. That's pretty good. But obviously down here, there we are. So that feels a bit more normal. 50% fertilizer here and current yield of 87.5. So yeah, that seems more normal. Whoa, what? So we're in a 50% fertilized level here in the wheat. Yeah, I've got a current yield of 201.38% with a yield bonus of 101%. Wow, okay. I wasn't expecting to see that either. Goodness me. Wow. Nice. Looking forward to that. Right. Let's check on this grass field. Now, this one does need lime. I wasn't able to spread the lime on this field a couple of episodes back. So we've only got a current yield of 155%. Yield bonus of plus 56. So, yeah. I was too late with the lime spreading on this one. What can I say? So, the other ones are alright. It's just this one. So, let's go make use of the liquid fertilizer that we have over here in our, I think is it called the phytosanitary, I think it's called. Lovely mod from MA7. Really, really nice. But yeah, we've got 20,000 litres of liquid fert in there. So, for the first time in this series, we are going to jump in our little fence spreader here. Do you know what I'm going to do actually very quickly? Just get that picked up and loaded back in there. There we go. Turn off super strength very quickly. Bit of a cheat there, I appreciate that, but hey-ho. There we are. The 380 GTA Turbo. I've been very much looking forward to using this one. This did exist for FARMERSIM 22. I didn't use it at all in that game for whatever reason. But we're going to crack on with it in today's one. So let's pull up in here. I'm hoping I should just be able to fill up. There we go. Liquid fertilizer. There we are. What have we got in here? 1,450 litres, okay. Not too sure how far that'll go. But either way, we've got plenty to fall back on. It's already been purchased, so it's not going to be a cost that needs to come out of the account, thankfully. I mean, the account's not doing too bad either, is it? 101,000 euros. And then we can take a quick shortcut through that, through the silo there. Right. There we are. So, let's get this thing unfolded. Let's bring up the F1 menu, just so I can see the controls. Wondering if I can... Oh, it does it automatically, lowers itself there. There we go. That's not so bad. Just do with a few bit of lights on at this time of the morning, don't you think? There we are. Right. Lovely stuff. I do love the noise of this engine as well. It's a bit of an older machine, this, isn't it? So it just sounds about right, if you ask me. Right. Let's go for this one now. See you shortly. So frustrating that when you get almost to the very end of a field and you run out. Well, almost. We've got 1 litre left here, but if I... yeah, we got almost to the end. And what I did actually realise as well is I hadn't taken into account the front tank. So if I just take the front tank to about there... Where is it? Let's bring up the F1 menu. It kind of... The trigger point for the front tank for some reason is a little... Oh, there we go. As you can see, start filling there. It takes us to 1,650 litres as opposed to the previous 1,450. I only appreciated that within a few seconds after starting the first headland. So brought it back here very quickly and loaded up that last couple of 100 litres. And I'm glad I did, because... like I say, would have emptied a little bit earlier had I not done for that, but we're pretty much, roughly, only a few meters away from finishing the course, which was a little bit annoying, but either way, it's only going to take us a matter of moments. So let me just make sure we're about right. This is me just following the last little bit of the play course. Let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, there we are. So let's turn that on. We just follow this last line here. That should roughly cover us. So, yeah, there we are, getting that covered. And that's the whole field. Pretty much done there. That's all good. Just make sure I'm roughly staying on course. There we go. But yeah, how frustrating is that, eh? But at least I know now for the future that... obviously, with this one being the biggest of our fields, the sprayer has got a more than enough capacity to cover the other ones. That's all that matters. So, there we go. Lovely stuff. Let's get that folded up. Turn the engine off for a moment or two and have a look at the numbers now. So, down in this corner, we've got a current yield of 98.75%. Fertilizer 100%. So, yeah, yield bonus of plus minus 1%. Oh, either way, it's fine. The numbers will be fine on this field, that's for sure. Lovely stuff. Very happy with that. So, the first of the second coat of fertilizers is now done. And obviously, come the next episode, I think we'll crack on and get the other 2 done and see where we go from there. But I think for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it here. It's been wonderful getting back into Farming Simulator after the last couple of weeks. Forgive me for repeating myself about my time off. Although it's not really been time off, though. Time off, most people would enjoy some relaxation time. But for me, like I said, it's been non-stop, 150% from dawn till dusk. So I haven't actually had any rest at all. My PC's had a lovely rest, and it's done almost nothing for a fortnight. But me, no. I could do with a break, but I've been, like I say, I've missed Farming Simulator. I've missed all you guys. I've missed having the interaction and the comments and the, you know, just the things that happen as a result of releasing a video on YouTube. And I've been really keen to get back on here, and I'm really glad that I'm here. So hopefully now normal service will resume. So, like I said, I'm going to call it here for today's episode. I have already given the my shameless plug for my my Giants partner promo code. But again, if any of you are in the market for an online server, to play with your mates, and you like the idea again of supporting the channel, please consider using my G Portal affiliate link, which again will be in the video description below. My overlay doesn't seem to be working for that one. Oh, there it is. It's in a different place now. That's a bit odd. But yeah, there we go. Yep, G Portal affiliate link if you like the idea again of supporting the channel. Any help and support there would be greatly appreciated. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate your time watching the video. It's great to be back. And I'll see you in the next one as soon as possible. Take care. See you in the next one.